Hello everyone, welcome to another video of TT Passion. My name is Vincent and today I'm going to share with you my review of the Long 5 national version known as the W968. Okay, so before we go into the review, I'm sure some of you are curious how does the bounce test would sound like on this beautiful blade over here. So I will do a quick simple bounce test before we go into the review. Ta-da! Okay, so in this review, the forehand rubber that I'm using is a DHS Hurricane 3 Neo National Blue Sponge version, and for the backhand, I'm using a Butterfly Techniques 05 with a maximum thickness. So for the blade I have here today, the surface length is 161mm and the width is 150mm. The blade itself weighs 90 grams, however with a full setup with the two rubbers I shared earlier on, the total combined weight is 192 grams. The thickness of this blade is about 5.9mm, and this blade has a composition of 5 plywood and 2 layers of aromatic carbon. The outer layer of the blade is actually made of limba wood and the inner layers are made from Ayos wood. And if you take a closer look, you will realize that this blade actually has an inner fiber structure. So for the W968 is the national version of the Hurricane Long 5. A Hurricane Long 5 comes in the standard version and also a provincial version and finally the national version. So to differentiate a national version, all you need to do is to look at the side of the handle. It will actually shows you W968 followed by the date of manufacture and a serial number. This serial number actually affects the price of the W968. From what I know, a W968 with a serial number 1 costs you slightly more than 1,000 Singapore dollar, and as the serial number decreases, the price also decreases. Okay, so do not end up paying 1,000 Singapore dollar for a W968 with a serial number that is, for example, 10 and beyond. Okay, and the blade that I have here today comes with a serial number 7, and I think that I have already bought it at a very decent and attractive price. Okay, I'm pretty sure at the current time of this filming, you will not be able to get the same price that I get, because when I bought this blade, it was before Ma Long won the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and I noticed that after he won the Tokyo 2020 men's singles Olympics, right, the price of this blade actually increased. So just for fun, you may want to make a guess in the comment section below to guess how much I actually paid for this W968 serial number 7. Okay, and with that, let's get into action and we will see some of the action in terms of the forehand and the backhand, and once we have seen that, I will share with you my conclusion of the W968, whether is it a blade that is suitable for you and is it worth buying at the end of the day. So let's get into some action right now. Alright, that's all for the action. Now let me share with you my thoughts in terms of reviewing the W968. So there will be three things I would like to share with you. Firstly, the power, secondly, the control, and lastly, the weight of the blade you should go for if you ever decide to get this blade. First of all, I must say that this blade itself is packed with a lot of power. That's one thing that you will notice almost immediately when you first start to use this blade. Okay, it is so powerful to the extent that I would say that it's a lot of difference if you were to compare it to a Hurricane Long 5, the standard commercial version. Okay, and it's definitely something that you will enjoy using if you are already using the Long 5. This is something that you may want to consider in future in terms of upgrading to a enhanced version of the Hurricane Long 5 from a standard version to a national version. So that's the first thing. Secondly, let us talk about the control of this blade. Personally, I feel that it felt a little bit too bouncy for me, okay, because when I first used it, I had to spend quite a fair bit of time trying to adjust and get the right angle before I can fully control the blade in terms of both forehand and backhand. So in terms of whether is this blade suitable for you and will you be able to control it, I think we need to look at a self-assessment. So let's say if you are a beginner and looking at learning table tennis, definitely I would say this blade is the no-go for you because it's hard to control. It's definitely not a blade that you will want to use to learn table tennis. For intermediate player, I think that you can try out this blade. If you have a friend that already have this blade, test it, see if you like it. Okay, for me, I think that is something that you will probably enjoy using. Okay, but however, if control becomes a problem for you, then probably this blade is not for you. And for advanced player, I'm pretty sure if you have the good technique, you have the proper basics and a good stroke for both forehand and backhand, this blade will definitely suits you perfectly and will bring your game to the next level. Okay, and that is because you already have the foundation, you have the basics foundation, the techniques, okay, the footwork to help you, to guide you into the correct position to go for a pretty perfect shot. Okay, and that will actually fully utilize the power of the blade. Okay, so having said that, if you were to move into a perfect position and be able to hit a close to perfect shot or a perfect shot, I would say that that will probably win you the point. Okay, because having a perfect shot with a W968, it will be extremely fast and going to the point, closer to the end of the table, which is going to be very difficult for your opponent to block or receive. Okay, that's one thing I noticed about the blade. Okay, you do not need to use a lot of power. The ball will just move towards the further end of the table, and that is really nice if you are able to execute such shots. Okay, lastly, let's talk about the weight of the blade that you should go for if you decided to get a W968. So in terms of my setup with a forehand Hurricane 3 and a backhand Dignics 05, I personally feel that the blade felt a little bit heavy. So 90 grams might be stretching it a bit too far for the blade itself, but however, if you have a very strong muscle, perhaps 90 grams will work for you. If not, I will recommend a range of between 84 to 88 grams. Okay, and that will make your blade lighter and it allows you better transition between forehand and backhand. With that, those are the three things that I have shared with you in terms of the power, control, and the weight. So if any one of you have ever tried the W968, I welcome you to share your comments below in terms of your experience and what you think about the W968, so that the fellow community in the table tennis world can learn more about this wonderful blade. So we have come to the end of this video. I would like to thank you once again for watching this video and hope that you have gained some valuable information of the W968, which will help you decide whether to make an upgrade or to stick to your current blade. And if you like this video, remember to hit like, share and subscribe to more awesome table tennis videos content. See you in the next video.